Maybe I got them both. Boy. Where'd you go, fish? Ah, there you are. Hiding. You being moody today, bud? $22. Holy shit. I think that's a fucking typo, bud. Yeah, he's a little bit of a fucking drama queen sometimes. How are you, Carly? 1635. Yeah, it's temporary till I get him a 125. At least. This is a 75. He's just about 10 inches. But yeah, I had these Anubias all stuck in here, but he decided that was the only one he wanted to leave, so. But yeah, he was pretty good at leaving his the stuff alone, but lately he's been trying to move things. He's just not big enough to move the white rocks, which is what he normally tries, and that bamboo. Hi, Kelly. Much love back to you, sweetie. But he's fun. Yeah, that's what that eye spot's all about on the tail there, to confuse predators, and it looks cool. But yeah, that's what it's for. Probably a lot easier to survive without half a tail than without half of your head. But yeah, he's gotten yo, R&D, what's up, brother? He's gotten strong enough to grab the roots, and he pulled this whole little planter, which is just sitting up there braced on a piece of bamboo. He pulled that all right into the tank the other day. I woke up to turn the lights on, and it was sitting on the bottom. Half of the leca out of it. Oh, come on. A couple of pieces of food over here, too. But yeah, I'm torn between leaving the plants like where they are. I've got a couple up in the filter, the overhead sump there. But oh, I will. I got angel fish downstairs, man. I had a female koi and a male black angelfish, and she seemed to be stunted. She didn't get real big because the last koi that I had in with him was exactly the same size, maybe a little bigger, about 4 inches. The body was across, not counting the fins, about as big around as my palm. But the other shit 3 weeks ago, to feed them, I turned the lights on and I looked down in, and there she was floating. I don't know if he was being aggressive, trying to breed her more than she wanted to, but yeah, she was dead. So I think when I get a new one, I'll just get another black, I think. Even though I can't hardly see him, biggest fish in the tank, but with the black background, all he's got to do is sit still, and I don't know where the hell he's at. Kind of a pain in the ass, but it looks nice. Yes. Yeah, I've had them lay them on the. Yeah, I got. They were breeding, but they weren't very good parents. They would eat the eggs that they didn't let the neons eat, and I got a blue gourami in there, a 3-spot gourami in there, and I'm sure that quick little bastard ate his fill too. I should probably catch him out and put him in my 40 with the other one. I got one in my 40 too. But I haven't seen him be a dick to anybody, so I just leave him be. Yeah, the angelfish ate them themselves. The female was alone for a while. Like I said, she seemed to be stunted. Hi, Barry Hot. Yeah, I like gouramis too. Tiny things. I don't know. I'll let you know if I see them. I know I have some detritus worms in here occasionally on the glass, but I don't see any right now. Been contemplating getting a few guppies or mollies or something to throw in the 20-gallon that I don't have any fish in, just to breed them for occasional food for this guy. But my luck, they'll breed faster than he can eat them. Yeah, the snake skins are really good looking gourami. I had a blue dwarf gourami, the flame one with the red on him. I got him from, I think, PetSmart. He didn't last long though. He didn't make it out of quarantine, so I didn't try another one of them. The powder blue didn't do very good either. I had my honey gourami for like 4 years though, and she was like the little tank boss. It was funny. She was not the biggest fish in the tank, but she had the biggest fucking attitude. Yeah. Yeah, peacocks are fucking beautiful too, and variable. You can get any number of colors and patterns and types of combinations. Yeah, no, I think they come in sick. They're kind of prone to something too. There's some kind of sickness in the dwarf gouramis. I fucking seen something about it. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but yeah, they're kind of hit and miss. I mean, they've been in the fish hobby for fucking ever. You know, like goldfish and bettas, they've been around for a while. Oh, I got about 9 coolie loaches in my 40 gallon. I never see them though. I'm lucky to see them a couple times a year. Like if I move stuff around, I'll see them. But yeah, they don't come out when the lights are on. Very rarely I'll get one or two out fucking around. But yeah, I love the coolie loaches. They're probably one of my favorite fish. They're my favorite one that I don't get to see at all. They're variable too. There's a lot of different body shapes in the loach family. I saw one. I think they call it the serpent loach. It's kind of like a cross between a coolie loach and a hillstream loach. And the hillstream loaches look almost like stingrays. They're like bottom feeders. They'll lay flat on the rocks and shit. And this one's got little fins that it uses to walk around the bottom of the tank. They look cool as hell. They got a cool little pattern. They kind of look like a yo-yo loach, but they're definitely a cool little fish. I haven't seen them at either Petco or PetSmart, but that's my limited choice of fish places, unless I want to drive an hour or better one way. Or mail order. I have ordered fish. Yeah, the coolie loaches are. They got big ones that look like coolie loaches called a dojo loach. They like a little cooler. They're good for like fish tanks, fucking goldfish, like ponds. Yeah. I think there's a specific like I don't know if it's I think it's a disease that they're susceptible to, the dwarf gouramis. Yeah. And they're so fast, man. I felt so bad for the girl that got them out of the tank for me because I think I got 4 the first time, and they only had the brown ones. And then when they had the striped ones, I got 6 of them, and I lost one. It got up into the filter and didn't make it. But I thought I might have lost the rest because I've never seen them. I get one brown coolie loach every now and then swimming around like a maniac, and then I'll get a striped one. Sometimes they do it together, but I had to move the 40 to set up the 70 gallon or 75, so I found out I still have all 9 of the original 10 that I had, minus the one that got up in the filter. Yeah, they're very similar to an eel. They're like a perfect mix between a fish and an eel. I know they don't have scales too, loaches, so you can't use a lot of medications. You got to be very particular with what medications. Guinea pigs are cool too. I used to have one. We kept them with a couple of rabbits. Long-haired black one. He looked like just like a little chunk of coal, like a hairy chunk of coal. Yeah, there's all kinds of cool loaches, man. I pretty much like every one that I see that I haven't before. It's like, oh, I like that one too. Yeah, I've had reptiles since, well, I was a kid when I got a turtle, but I don't really count that. But I got my first lizard when I was 19, so like 1994. But I've had some kind of reptiles pretty steady since then. I got three ball pythons right now. My mother-in-law is afraid of birds, so I can't have a bird. But I would like to have an African gray. Those are cool parrots. My brother had one. Sasha, she was so fucking personable. I've seen macaws where they're very cool with their people, but anyone outside of their little circle, like, you're taking a risk. A friend of mine, his mom had two big green and gold ones, I think they were. And the one was super cool. He loved everybody, but the female, she was more temperamental. She liked mom and the daughters, but dad couldn't even feed that fucker, man. But the male was cool with everybody. Like, he would go out with dad when he went to the store. But the female, she was just fucking evil incarnate. Yeah, my ex didn't really like the exotic pets. Yeah, we had a mom and pop place. Everything except for the salt water was bare bottom. And their salt water was always minimally stocked. Like, they had a lot of tanks, but not a lot of fish between them. But they went out of business. The husband passed away. They were probably in their 80s. I loved going there. Yeah, Berry Hot. I've been with Allison 11 years, 12 almost. And I mean, I had snakes and I did have a turtle, which built him a pond outside. And right before I was going to bring him in for the fall, he ended up missing. I think a raccoon got in there and got him. But I had a 20-gallon, and I asked her for years if I could set up a fish tank, and she's always had bad luck with her ex-husband and fish, and they never lived long. So I'm like, whoa, I'm not gonna half-ass anything though. Like, I'm gonna pay attention, you know. And so she caved like 5 years ago. She let me get one. I got a 20-gallon, set it up. I let it cycle. I made sure everything was good. I got some fish in there. And the first night she's watching the fish, she says, well, your birthday's in a couple of months. If you could get a bigger fish tank, how big of a fish tank would you get? So she started with the multiple tank syndrome before I did. But I said I would probably get a 40-gallon and just transfer what I had in the 20 over to the 40 and maybe get a couple of other fish to put in with it. And then I got a deal. So I got the 40, but then I got a deal on a 70-gallon. Yeah, tarantulas she won't let me have. I can't have live rodents in the house for feeding the snakes, and I can't have arachnids of any kind. But she lets me have the snakes, and she lets me have fucking 4 fish tanks. I mean, she let me build the stand for the 70-gallon right into the house. Built it into the corner in the living room. Because the old one was kind of rickety, and I didn't trust it. So I basically built the deck in the corner of my living room for the tank to sit on. But yeah, she's cool. I mean, as long as I don't go crazy, you know, she's very fucking cool. I'm lucky as hell. I can't even explain it. Like, I don't normally have good luck. Not like this, so I don't question shit. And like I said, I'm trying to get a 125 or a 150, and she is cool with that. We just gotta make sure we got the room. Yeah, they get bonded real close. I knew a kid that had one since he was like fucking 10 years old. His grandparents bred them, and his whole life was around babies and, you know, hand feeding them with grandma and shit. So for his 10th birthday, they gave him a fucking a scarlet macaw, and that thing was so cool. He was cool with most people, all of his buddies and shit. But when he started getting old enough to date, I don't know, the bird could sense something about girlfriends, and she would not tolerate a fucking girlfriend. And he got serious with this lady after college, and they had to go literally to a behaviorist, an animal behaviorist, and work with the behaviorist and the bird because it would literally attack her. It made her bleed in like face and the shoulders, just fucking landing on her with the claws and then going at her with the beak. She did not like the girlfriend. It took him a long time, but she could come in the house and she could sit down and not get fucked with, but she couldn't like interact with the bird at all. She would have to be very calculated with any displays of affection toward the boyfriend. I don't know if they ended up married or not, but... Hi, Brooklyn. It's good to see you, sweetie. But yeah, I had a 6-foot green iguana, a ball python, and a 6-foot bull snake, and I moved to North Carolina and couldn't take them, so I had to rehome them then. Yeah, birds, man, they're awesome, but they're smart, and they got dangerous weapons if they choose to turn them on you. My mom had a yellow-naped Amazon, a little green pirate parrot, with a blue, or not blue, the yellow patch on the back of her head. And I had her just so she would come out, she would hang out on my shoulder, she would play with my earrings, she would preen my beard and my hair. Just a super chill bird, take snacks. She was really calm. My brother moved back closer to home and was coming over, and then my other brother, he was in jail for like a year, so the bird didn't even know him. And they taste your hand, like they'll grab you with their beak and like lick your finger. They don't pinch or nothing. Well, she didn't. She was just like a dog would sniff you. That's kind of how it was. She would do that and then climb on my hand every time I opened the cage. Well, my brother would flick her beak when she did that, and that made her pissed. So every time he would go put his hand in there, she would start biting him, and then she would start doing it to everybody. And after a couple of months, I couldn't even take her out anymore. She was just miserable. I'm like, you guys are being assholes, and that's why she's miserable. Oh, no, they're supposed to do that. No, dude, you're not. Shut the fuck up. You're not supposed to flick their beak. If you flick my fucking beak, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking mouth. Yeah, birds, that's the thing, especially today. People aren't that fucking bright, man. Like, I know cats and dogs that are smarter than most of the fucking people I know. But yeah, and then you have an animal that needs a little bit of common sense. Yeah, tarantulas are super easy. I would love to have a couple, but yeah, she don't do spiders. I can't even like keep a little jumping spider in a little box, get a little habitat for him. Yeah, most bird owners probably shouldn't. Especially big ass fucking parrots, man, because they're, like I said, they're smart, and 9 out of 10 times they're as smart as the people that own them, and smarter in that other time, that 1 out of 10. But yeah, it's like anything. The horses, a lot of people shouldn't own them that do. Dogs, cats, birds, fish, all, everyone, every species people tend to hoard. I used to buy rodents for my first snake off this lady. She had so many bird cages that when you walked into her house, there was literally a space on the ceiling so people could walk through and not hit their heads, but you had to like follow the little path between the bird cages. And then you go into the back and she had a whole room full of rabbits and rats and guinea pigs and hamsters and mice and all kinds of different things to breed for feeding reptiles. But yeah, I got good deals for food there. It was like $1 a rodent. But the house smelled like dirty bird cage. All right, Carly. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. Big Bird can bite hard, man. Remember going to the pet store with my grandfather, and he used the tip of his the earpiece of his glasses to see if this sulfur-crested cockatoo would bite, and it bit the plastic off the tip of his fucking glasses, off the earpiece. Yeah, luckily I've never been bit majorly by a bird, not to make it hurt. I mean, a parakeet tried once, but he can't really put enough pressure. Oh, goddamn. Yeah, man. Birds are not to be taken lightly. I mean, I've been attacked by fucking robins getting close to the nest, you know, and that's just a defensive thing. I can just imagine if it really wanted to hurt me. Fucking Alfred Hitchcock, watch out. Yeah, the little plastic tip on the end of on the earpiece. He just turned and caught like a quarter inch of it and bit clean through that plastic. Well, Pop said, "Don't put your finger by it, boy." Yeah, I can imagine that was a unique injury. Oh yeah. Which is why I'm kind of scared to get another Oscar in case I end up getting a pair, and they tend to be decent parents. Like, both of them will take care of the babies. I'll end up with a fucking tank full of baby Oscars I don't know what to do with. All right, Carly, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Yeah, he's been mopey. I don't know if you heard, BB, but the other morning, like 2 days ago, I woke up and this whole plant thing was sitting on the bottom of the tank on top of these rocks. I don't know. He must have gotten a hold of the roots hard enough and yanked it to my left. But, oh, you're welcome, Berry Hot. And yeah, I found that on the bottom. So first thing in the morning, had to roll up my sleeve because it's kind of deep. Even with a t-shirt, I'll get the sleeve wet. Had to get that out of there, put it back, do my normal morning routine, and then I had to look around and get some of the clay pebbles that I used in there out because they were sitting on the bottom too. But yeah, he was trying to move that bamboo, but I got a zip strip, a cable tie around the front over there. But yeah, he was okay. He didn't even have a scratch on him. But yesterday morning, it was pushed 6 inches further toward the front, so we got behind it and moved it toward the front. I don't know how the hell I'm going to zip strip it to the back, but I put it back and it stayed there for now. But he's been moving the plant roots a lot. He won't leave the Anubias down in the rocks over here, so they're all floating. And I've seen him grab them and tear them at him like a pit bull. He's funny. So I don't know if I should move it or if he's just doing it because he's bored and wants to fuck with shit. And he might be more mad if I do move it. But he looks like he don't like it there. Like he'll stop what he's doing, swim over, eyeball a root, and then start savaging the shit out of it. But I tried putting a couple more in rooted cuttings that I had, and they ended up inside, so I moved them to a little bit safer spot. But I'm wondering if he won't get fully pissed off if I rearrange stuff. I've been thinking about, instead of having the caves spread out, just make it like one. No, that's the intake over there for the filter. It basically just overflows to a certain point out of the sump and then goes down into that pipe. I tried to put that plant in there so it would be a little smoother and less noisy. And I did make a splash guard because I had to move it to the right. But yeah, I probably, now that I have it up and running, I figure I should have did it a little bit differently. But I could always do it for the next time I gotta make a filter. Yeah, you should see the ones downstairs. Hang on. I'll show you the plants in the fish tank downstairs. I gotta actually propagate that marble queen. It's got a couple of lengths of bare stem where the leaves died back. But yeah, I gotta top it off too. It's low, but that's the plants in the 70 gallon. But yeah, this thing I ended up having to put back on top of the tank. It was just floating around, but I started getting nice big leaves and then ran out of space, so I'm gonna have to restart that. But yeah, lots of marble queen pothos in there. I think that's pearls and jade. That's old son of a bitch. Alocasia. It's an alocasia. I got some Baltic blue pothos there and back there. I think there's some regular. I think there's pothos and joy in there somewhere. There's a syngonium in there, little syngonium right there. But yeah, there's tons of shit. My kid actually asked me a couple weeks ago for some plants, so I took a. Well, see, the roots are going crazy too, so I really got to trim them down. But there's the gourami, dirty fucking tank glass. But back there's the black angel. All alone now. But yeah, I got to trim the roots up. Probably cut some of these plants back, make my kids some more cuttings. But yeah, there's plants everywhere. Like, you got a monstera there, so some more over there. Yeah, I had probably 200, maybe more, between the carnivorous plants and the regular house plants. I mean, I got the Christmas cactus has got a bud, only one. But, and then there's the hallway, all artificial light. But I'm going to probably move these, like this one I want to move into the living room. Probably that one too, the Jungle Boogie, philodendron painted lady, just to give them natural light. But yeah, some more pothos, a couple of dracaena. That's a Hoya australis. Big trellis that kind of grew good, then thinned out, and then started growing good again. But I definitely need to trim that up because it's growing right up and onto the light cord. And that's the cool thing about Hoyas, though, is they'll wrap themselves around shit. You don't have to, like, yeah, and that's the opposite wall in the bedroom. All the rest of my Hoyas are over there. Some downstairs ended up shitting the bed on me. And that's the 20-gallon that's only got snails in it. But that, I need to put something in eventually. I thought about breeding feeder fish, but I'm really not too... Oh yeah, they ended up... I got normal ones all in there, like the normal long, wide-leafed ones. And then I got a starfish, dwarf starfish, Sansevieria. They're dirty as hell, but samurai. I got a couple other ones somewhere too, I think. Yeah, I got the little rosetted ones with some dead fucking Hoya leaves in there. But yeah, we got a ton of shit. I gotta redo this. It got all weird and leggy in a lot of places. My He-Man figure my kid found. Said, Dad, didn't you used to play with these when you were a kid? I said, yep. I wish I had the ones I had when I was a kid. They're fucking couple $100 a piece. But yeah, I gotta definitely go through. I need to thin the herd a little bit. I'm hoping my kid gets a little more of a green thumb, but he took like 4 of them. He said he wanted one for his girlfriend, and I was like, well, you want a few? He's like, okay. I'm like, well, maybe, you can give her 1 out of the 4. Yo, Potts, what's going on, buddy? The man of the hour over there. Show everybody who they come to see. Pouty bastard fish. But yeah, a while back I asked Allison if it would be cool if I got some carnivorous plants, like some Venus flytraps. I got which I had them outside. I got to start over with those. But the pitcher plants too, I got a box full of propagations I got to take out and see which ones look best and start growing them again too. But then she said, I wouldn't mind having the house right full of house plants. Okay, so I started just getting house plants. It was around COVID, and we're homebodies anyway, and there was lots of good deals on shit. So I got some cool ones. I got a bunch of common ones. The common ones are generally cooler because they're a lot easier to fuck with. I've lost a couple that were just too temperamental. Lost a couple to fucking mites. So yeah, I won't have any kind of palm tree. I had a parlor palm. Brought mites in. 2 years later, I tried again. I even did the whole rigmarole of quarantining it and cleaning it, so there's no pests. I took the insecticide soap and shit, and still we got fucking spider mites. But alocasias generally get them regardless. I stopped getting new alocasias too, just because I don't like spider mites. But other than that, I've only ever had mealy bugs on the Hoyas, and those were easy to kill. You just clean the fucker off with a Q-tip and alcohol. But yeah, I use about 5 gallons of water just to water the plants on the second floor. Another 5 gallons for the, for the first floor. this weekend I should have some of them moved around enough to give another tour. But yeah, I got a big monstera in the bathroom that my girlfriend is starting to get mad at because the one leaf is starting to grow over in front of the toilet. I could put piranhas in with them. They come from the same part of the world. Uh, Hell, it would probably be fairly easy too. I just really don't have room for piranhas. Like to be in schools. I'd like to get at least 4 or 6 of them. But yeah, I could keep them in there. They're kind of skittish, man. They don't really go after healthy fucking fish. Yeah, stick with what you can take care of. I mean, I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but I got everything kind of spaced out uh, to where I don't have to water every fucking thing in one day, you know? But it's nice because one day of watering and then I can use some more fish water. So every time I do a water change, I save as much as I can. I wish I had a sunroom. I would have everything I got in there. I want to do one on the back porch because it's kind of needing to be replaced. I would love to do a fucking Four Seasons room out there. We'd have three walls that we could do all windows and, you know, have to put a door in the one, but it would be nice. I would love that. I would fucking probably take the back door off the kitchen and just make that a walk-through and put an outside door on the back porch. Yeah, we got minimal light, and we got these up here over our bedroom windows and on the front porch over the porch, which is covered. The porch is covered, but on the edge of it there's an awning, so when the setting sun goes down, it doesn't blind your eyes if you're sitting on the porch. But they have them on the windows in the front of the house, which is our bedroom, and I'd love to take them off, but Allison's like, oh, it adds to the charm of the house. I'm like, dude, it would be so much nicer for the plants in the bedroom. She's like, yeah, but it would let a lot of... I'm like, dude, we could put plants in the way. We could cover the whole fucking window with like 3 plants. I got big plants. We could do that with it. But then it does limit the space between her bed and the window too. So I got to keep in mind how big of a plant I could put there. But yeah, she don't want the monstera in the 14-inch pot. Yeah, see, he's trying to bite the rock and move it. It don't move, dude. You're not big enough yet. Up, here he goes. You gonna get that too, or not? Because I'm watching. Yeah, you know we're watching now. Allison loves lilies, and I got her favorite lily, the Stargazer lily, and I need to read up more on those. I probably should have just planted it outside. Next time I try to get her one, I'm going to do that. Oh, no shit. Nice. But, yeah, I remember I bought her an orchid for our first Valentine's Day, and I didn't know nothing about plants. But I went to a florist and I got an orchid with a cool pot, a happy birthday, like flag thing that went in it, and a balloon. It cost me like $75 for a Mylar balloon and fucking that orchid. Well, I got the exact same orchid from Lowe's this is 8 years later, maybe 7-8 years later, for $20. The exact same fucking orchid. Actually, it was a nicer one because it had two flower stalks growing out of the plant, and yeah, I've done pretty good with the Phalaenopsis orchids. I actually want to take a couple of them because they do pretty good in hydroponic and try to find a way to. Uh, shit, I had a stick in here. Maybe put this stick across the top of the tank, kind of like that. I'm not floating, but sitting there, and tie the orchids to it, and just let the tips of the roots hit the water, and then they should make water roots and take off. But I've been kind of neglecting them, so I think it would look awesome because they would bloom probably constantly. Um, but yeah, I love the orchids. My aunt she does cleaning for a bunch of older people, and every time they had one, like someone would buy their mom one for Mother's Day, and then the flowers would die, and they would think it's never coming back, so they'd give it to my aunt. So now she's got like 9 of them in the dining room window, and those are the only house plants she has is those orchids. But she does really good. She's got them full of bloom, man. And they only smell good at night. So at night when the sun's down and the lights are off for an hour, it smells really good walking through the house. But I bought one. I forget what species it is now. It's not as easy as the Phalaenopsis orchids, but it's supposed to have this really alien looking flower, but it's never bloomed for me yet. I don't know if I get it if I have it in too much sun or what, but it's growing. It just doesn't put out flowers. But the Hoyas are cool too because they bloom, and I think one of them might have, yeah, this one, what the fuck, dumbass. There we go. But the Hindu rope, which is what this is called, has a bloom, little star shape. These ones are supposed to smell kind of like chocolate, and I guess they kind of do, but not really. But this one, it doesn't have any at the moment. Ah, it's coming though. They got some coming. When these open, they'll be small and white, and they smell so good. They're the best floral scent I've ever smelled in my life. And then I have another Hoya downstairs where they smell like rotten feet. Hey, Queen, what's up, sweetie? Just talking plants a little bit and showing the fish. Oh, dumbass. There we go. There's the fish. He was just trying to move that rock. It's a no-go, but he made an effort. But he gets temperamental when I make changes. So I'm kind of debating whether or not to make some changes to get him to stop trying to fuck shit up. But I don't know if it'll help. I think he just wants to fuck shit up. And it's got to be more fulfilling to have shit to fuck up when you want to fuck shit up than it is to not have shit to fuck up. I thought about maybe throwing a golf ball in there, something that would sink to the bottom that he could fucking move around and mess with. I don't know. I know he didn't like I got glow-in-the-dark ping pong balls to float on the top to see if he would fuck with them, but he didn't. He looked at it and then swam away. He didn't want to play with it. So I'm wondering if something he could move and manipulate in the tank would be better. It'd have to be something that would sink though. But I'm kind of worried about him just running into the rocks and shit with his face trying to catch things. God damn it. I definitely got to work on some way to keep his food contained too. Not that he doesn't get it around when he eats it, he makes a mess, but the stuff he doesn't just ends up floating around and getting stuck in plant roots. Okay, Queen. Oh shit. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Yeah, I got maybe 10 or 15 more minutes before I got to split anyway. So it was cool of you to stop in, Queen. But I thought about maybe a fishing lure and taking the hooks off of it and just making it move around, giving him something to chase. Kind of like a cat toy, but for a fish. But I don't, like I said, want him running into things. Because he has pulled the sponge off of there. So I'm going to have to get my hand in there and clean out the plant roots that he tore off and got sucked in there. And then put the sponge back up. Maybe use a zip tie to hold it there. I don't know. But he's getting big and he knows he's getting strong. So he's going to move what he can. So I'd like to get more round rocks in there too, instead of these with edges. So then if he does run into it, it's less of an impact. But he's been spazzing out much less since I figured out the pH fucking thing. The pH was coming out high, so when I was doing water changes, it was making his fucking tank water fluctuate like a full degree. So I'd have to adjust the water and bring the pH to down to 7, 6.8 to 7, and then add it. But I always test the water first too, just to make sure I get it as close as possible. That's what's nice about the master test kit as opposed to the quick read strips. You can tell exactly what your pH is. Plus, it's kind of like being in science class and doing chemistry. You gotta have just the right amount of water, 3 drops or 7 drops, depending on what you're testing for. It's little bathroom fucking chemistry. But yeah, he can be destructive, BB. He definitely wants to manipulate anything he can in his environment. Like he dug all this out. That all used to go across at that same level there, but he got all that shit out, made himself a little spot. But like I said, I'm thinking of yeah. But he was actually scaring me when the first night he was really acting out, splashing around a lot. Because like he went pale. He was tan and orange instead of black or gray. and orange and just bugging out. I heard him hit the side of the tank a couple times, just swimming full bore from one side to the other. But yeah, that really scared me because he was looking like he was fucking freaking out. But yeah, he does lighten up or darken up depending on if he's hungry or if he's angry or feeling some kind of way. But when he went really pale like that, it was almost instant. Like he went from that to being all that lighter color, like on his chin. Like he went all, that color and orange. They can color up or color down, like when they're stressed or at night. I've noticed it with the neon tetras. If I shine a flashlight into their tank after lights out, they're really pale. You don't hardly see any of the red or blue at all on them. They look like just a little white fish. But they color up and color down depending on stress or breeding. Sometimes the colors will get more vibrant during the breeding season. But Oscars do it kind of like a mood ring too. Like I could sit here and the water is fine and everything, and I'll be watching him too long, and he'll go paler. He won't go full like he was when he was freaking out, but he'll get really light, and then he'll switch back to dark as I'm watching him, or if I throw food in, or he's pissed off at the plants, like he'll get lightened up and he'll flare. He was flaring at me the other day, which means puffing his fins out, stretching his fins out as big as they will go, and opening his mouth and flaring his gills and his throat out and trying to make himself look as big as he could. He did it to Alley Cat too. She was laughing. He comes over like blustery and like, what the fuck are you looking at? Like some drunk dude at the bar trying to start a fight. But he's a trip. She gets a kick out of him. Yeah, he gets mad, or if he's mopey. Usually if he's mopey, he gets really dark black. The black is really dark. The contrast is really good. And he'll sit over here, either up in there like he is now, higher up usually, or he'll sit down there behind the rocks on the gravel and just mope. Looked like a kid that you just told him he couldn't have ice cream for breakfast. Just all sad and poor bastard. Yeah, he definitely pouts, mopes, throws temper tantrums. All right. Did you get any snow, BB? We got about 6 inches. Oh, about to go start the truck. Did put the keys back. Yeah, they would. I'm sure he would cry crocodile tears if he was able to. Oh, it is that way, dumbass. But yeah, we got about 6 inches. Tuesday, I believe it was. But it started in the morning. We left here like around 1 o'clock to bring Allie to work. quarter of, and it's still snowing steady and hard. Get her to work, come back. So I shoveled the fucking truck out once and came home, fucked around in the house, and then had to shovel about the same amount when I went to pick her up. But yeah, it's been cold. But the snow was a bit of a surprise. I didn't expect it before the end of, or right at the end of November. There he goes. Yeah, I think it got to like 25 today for a high. But yeah, there he's a little bit lighter right now, going after his reflection. You can see he's not as dark on top. And there he goes, darkening back up. But yeah, it can be from 1 minute to the next. He can change his hue. Well, you know what I'm talking about, you dude? Yeah, we're eyeballing you. Yep, he's paled out again. He's not flaring his gills though, so. Yeah, Allison will watch him before we turn lights out while she's just sitting here on the bed, scrolling whatever streaming she's gonna watch. And she'll just watch him like, damn, he's an asshole. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, he's ragging the plant roots or he's trying to tip that bamboo over. Hello, handsome. Yeah, we see you, tough guy. Yeah, Allison didn't believe it till she saw it too. But he was freaking out that night. She's like, he looks different. I'm like, yeah, he looks different. He's stressed the fuck out. Yeah, there we go. It's a little better. Block the glare. Yeah, I even now look at him and think, God damn, you are a good looking fish. You're a jerk sometimes, but you are a good looking jerk. You're at least pretty while you do it. I went to get him some of his frozen food that he likes, but they didn't have any. I gotta check Petco, see if they have it. I didn't feel like driving over there though. It's a pain in the ass. I really want to make my own. I just gotta find the little silicone fucking ice cube trays to make the little 1/2-inch ice cubes. But I could grind up fish and shrimp and bugs and vegetables and make it like a puree and just freeze it. It's the same shit they do. They use spirulina instead of the vegetables, but I could do that too. Get a jar of that and just add a scoop every time I mix some up. But that would be a definite way to give him a treat and make sure he's getting a little extra of everything. I mean, the pellets are pretty balanced, and the bugs are basically straight protein, a little bit of calcium. Yeah, I saw some the other day at PetSmart. They look like half normal and half like albino. He was white almost, a little bit off-white and dark on the fins, but he had like he looked albino with dark fins. He was, yeah, Cindy Rocks. That's pretty much the whole of like what I can, other than plants. I mean, nobody wants to see my face really. I mean, I don't want them to anyway. So, but I mean, but yeah, it's definitely easier than looking at myself and reading chat. Yeah, plus he could get a fucking bug up his ass and start trying to mess shit up. Like he pulled that planter thing down into the water the other day. I woke up to it in the bottom of the tank Wednesday morning. But he's strong enough to move that, but not the rocks. Otherwise he would have been moving that rock and that rock. But he can't slide it. I think he might have tried that one. I don't think that was there yesterday. But that one definitely moves. But he tries to move that flower pot and that don't move. He can move the plant some, at least one direction. And he does when he can. But yeah, it's kind of like having a grumpy 3-year-old. You got to keep your eye on him, otherwise shit's going to go south quick. I thought about doing a live while I was doing tank maintenance, but I don't know where the hell I would set the phone up at where I wouldn't get it wet and still be able to kind of read chat. Yeah. No. Or hold on, yes. It's off now. It really doesn't like show. He looks a lot smaller on camera than he does in person. And he looks kind of big when they're up close, but it really doesn't come through right. You're gonna attack the plant? You want a pellet? No? Alright, no pellet. Oh, you're not hungry. You're coming back over though. Do you want a pellet now? Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, now you really want a pellet. They're up there. No? Did you want mealworms? Oh, yeah, you wanted the mealworms. Well, then you should come over when I grab the jar, not the bag. What, you just wanted one? I know he likes them better when they're fresh. If they sit in there and they rehydrate, he doesn't seem to like them as much. So I don't know what he would do with live ones. I gotta try that. I wish the catfish would come out more than that. I don't know if you can see that guy's face poking out over there. But old Pigpen. Well, I gotta head out, fuckers. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know, I might be able to do this tomorrow too. If so, I'll be out here somewhere. But catch you around, fuckers. Oh, there we go. That's the one you touched, dipshit.